Wilderness accommodation has its own indoor rainforest. So what do you like most about Haast, Ollie?
Well, I think the peace, the tranquility and the scenery is there at the foremost, basically. It's magic, absolutely magic.
And what sort of accommodation do you offer here?
We offer basically 50% backpackers, 50% studio units, and studio units include wheelchair friendly backpackers from dorm bed accommodation to singles, twins, doubles, just a general range of backpackers, laundry, Wi-Fi, television, an ordinary computer if people haven't got their own laptops, and just a general range, as you can see here, of games and outdoor entertainment.
So there's plenty to do for people if it rains?
Yeah, they're all pretty happy. It's a tranquil part of the building to sit in, especially with the waterfall there, and on a rainy day you can come out here and find 50% of the people sound asleep.
We open early for breakfasts until 10:30, 11 o'clock. Throughout the day we sell a large range of fish, meals, soup, sandwiches, homemade baking, takeaway food, excellent coffee, all sorts of things that any traveller would need.
Do you have any specialties?
Yes, whitebait is our main specialty. Blue cod, venison stew, a lot of different varieties of food.
Thank you. A wonderful place to stop for breakfast or lunch. This looks fantastic. Blair, what brings people to Heritage Park Lodge?
Well, it's our proximity within the township here. Easy walking distance to all of the available facilities and everything that everybody wants. We're very lucky with a park-like setting here that attracts wild deer, wood pigeons, ruru, and we're lucky to be also only 50 metres away from the Hard Antler bar and restaurant, which has its own distinctive ambience at nights with good friendly locals and great pub food.
Hi Rach, so you're a born and bred local?
I am, yep, my whole life.
Great, and this is a really local pub here.
It is, we do our best.
And once a year you have a great night where a lot of the locals have, and a lot of other people have a great time. Tell me about your Hunter's Night. What sort of things do you do on your Hunter's Night?
Well, it's a wee bit crazy. What we do is we try and promote the natural resources of our area. We have a competition where you'll pluck ducks, or you'll do duck calling, or you'll do deer roaring, or you'll do stag roaring, which is a really popular one, especially with the ladies. And we also have the best deer head competition, which is the best trophy head taken by a person in our Haast Block area.
And you do wonderful meals, especially a wonderful seafood basket. What else? What type of meals do you do?
Well, we try and do a wide range. We'll do fish and chips. They seem to be really popular. We use blue cod. We also do steak meals, and we're well known for our steak meals as well. But we try and do a bit of everything.
So Lindsay, what can people expect with a trip with Haast River Safaris?
Not what you'd expect, simply because I've been in this industry for 15 or more odd years, and when we came here the whole focus was for it to be Kiwis being Kiwis, and the West Coast and Haast are everyone's got their own style. There's no pretentiousness in Haast. Everyone calls a spade, and that sort of thing. And that's exactly what I wanted to have on the river. So you'll get a lot of laughs. It's Kiwis being Kiwis, and that's what we focus on. The boats being the size they are with the roof, it designates how the trip's going to be. Because the boat's so big, it's not a thrill trip. It's all scenery and commentary based. Like we can see out the window over here, the scenery up the Haast Valley is just spectacular. There's waterfalls and the mountains and the snow and all that sort of stuff. But even more interesting from my perspective is the history of the place. The history of the people who have gone before us is just amazing. There's some really, really funny stories and interesting stories that come in. Although it is a jet boat, we're not your traditional thrill type jet boat trip. Not to say that it's not thrilling for some people, but the thrill side of the trip is not our focus. It's the scenery and the area.
The Haast Visitor Centre won an architectural award. What can we find inside the Visitor Centre?
Well, you'll find a lot of helpful staff. Our staff are mainly local. They will give you information about the cultural, historical and natural features of South Westland, the tracks, walk information, backcountry hut information, as well as buying tickets for those and hunting permits. We also have a 20-minute video on the edge of the wilderness, which is a fantastic feature that we have and showcases the area. In addition to all of that, we also provide accommodation and activity information for tourists when they come into the visitor centre.
At the Haast Junction, you'll find Johnston Motors.
Well, there was another occasion that I had a vehicle that pulled into the pumps, and I was manning the pumps in those days. I keep away from that as much as I can now. I just hide out here and be as lazy as I can, or as lazy as people will let me. And this man had come in and he pulled up to the pump and he got out and he was fuel cap's on the wrong side and he's too far away. So he gets out and he drives around, turns the car around but pulls up on the other side. So he was still an equal, if not more, distance away. So he turns around again and comes around for the third go and he gets out and somewhat frustrated and he says, "Oh, can you reach?" And I said, "I'd have to put my fingers down my throat."
John, what does the Heartland World Heritage Hotel have to offer?
We're accommodation primarily. It's a hotel-based accommodation. We have 2 restaurants, 2 bars, so we're open for full lunchtime, dinner time service. And then in the main restaurant, which is primarily for the guests, is buffet and table-d'hôte menus with a lovely in-house bar, so that you can have a quiet drink before dinner.
And what makes Haast so special for you?
Well, Haast is one of the most beautiful regions that I've ever seen, let alone had the privilege of living in. It's outdoorsy, nature. I'm a keen collector of anything that looks that is beautiful. Personally, I get a huge pleasure out of waking up every day with this beautiful scenery.
Only 4 minutes from Haast Junction is Haast Beach. After strolling on the water's edge, fossicking through miles of driftwood, and just taking in the beautiful mountain vistas, you'll never want to leave this place. Another hub of our community is Haast Beach Service Centre.
Well, we've got custard powder, waders, nails, screws and buckets, everything you could desire. Tennis balls,
Soccer balls,
yeah.
whitebait nets, to name a few. You must see a lot of the locals come through here.
Yeah, yes, yeah. It's a local meeting place for all the ripping yarns.
Well, what other services you've got? The postal service?
The mechanical services, salvage and recovery. It was only last week we salvaged a burnt jet boat from the Waitoto River, so had to bail him out and run him out to Wanaka.
Well, this is my place. Collyer House is built against a backdrop of ancient rainforest and rugged mountains. I have 4 quality ensuite rooms and spacious living areas. All the rooms share the same stunning views out over the Okuru Estuary and Tasman Sea. What I love most about owning hosted accommodation is meeting wonderful people from all over the world. I'm the 4th generation of a pioneering family. The Haast has a very unique history and I enjoy sharing this history with my guests. I also have a passion for photography, and when time allows I'm more than happy to take guided photography excursions.